guys, to the Good Morning Tobago, to the morning show on Tobago updates. I am Adanna Combie. As you know, I'm your host today, and we're talking about events that are happening in Tobago. And we have on set with us none other than Mr. Elvis Radgman, the CEO of the Tobago Performing Arts Company. And we're talking today about the Kreative Kalabash camp and some other exciting projects and initiatives that are coming up from the TPAC. Good morning, Mr. Radgman, and welcome.
Good morning, and good morning to Tobago.
How are you, and how have you been, and what is happening? Tell us. We want to know what is Kreative Kalabash. And we see Kreative Kalabash is in the letter K and not C. So we want a little bit of background information and the concept and, you know, the idea behind this whole camp.
So I'm happy to be here to share with the rest of Tobago and the national public about what TPAC is working on in the next couple of months. So right now we have on the table Kreative Kalabash. Part of TPAC's mandate was always about sharing and developing young people and the youths. How could we provide training to them? Kreative Kalabash is actually geared towards that. So we have a summer camp for the next 2 weeks where we have over close to 85 participants now. At some point in time, we have to close it off.
Right.
We have close to 85 participants at this point in time. And we have all these young people from as young as 7, 8 coming in. And they'll be exposed to different areas in the performing arts: dance, music, film, drama. So the idea is that once you're part of this camp, you will leave there after 2 weeks being exposed to all of these disciplines. So we just really want to use this moment to kind of really pass on some of the knowledge that we have learned and we have been able to develop at TPAC to the rest of Tobago.
So that's exciting. That's interesting that you said that, because I know usually with these camps that have all these different categories, you either sign up for one. So let's say, for example, you have a sports camp, you sign up for football or cricket or whatever. But you're saying that all participants will be exposed to all the disciplines.
Yes, yes.
I really like that, because I like the fact that they're exposed to, you know, each and every discipline, and they could learn something different from each one, you know. It's something to extract from the art itself, yes. Right? And you spoke about other upcoming events, but before we move on to that, how does one register? I know you said they're supposed to cap off soon.
So I think today is the last day. Today is the last day for registration. So anybody who wishes to get their child exposed to it, it's going to be wonderful.
Right.
The artistic director, the dance coordinator, the film director, the music coordinator, they're all working very hard behind the scenes to ensure that this is a wonderful experience to any child. Because a child is the children that we're catering to at the stage where they themselves aren't too sure what they like or what they don't like. So by exposing them to a cadre of different things, they could then start gaining interest. A parent could then start zoning into what a child may want to pursue down the road. But also, we have seen, and I'm a product of this, how being in the creative arts could really help sharpen your focus and sharpen your tools to become somebody out here that could really add value to the society.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I mean, you mentioned some other upcoming projects and initiatives. So tell us about them before we...
So we have Busy Bees at TPAC, Busy Bees. So we are currently working right after Kreative Kalabash, which starts on the 11th to the 26th at Shore Park Complex. Parents will bring their children there. They'll be taken care of for that period between the hours of 9 and 4 p.m. We have a showcase on the 26th that we can invite members of the public to come in right at Shore Park. So the parents and well-wishers could see how the children have been able to develop over time. So those are things that are currently in making, and you could easily go onto our social media page or Instagram page, and you can get information in regards to Kreative Kalabash. So that's this 11th to the 26th.
And is there a cost attached, or is it free?
There is no, it's not free, because TPAC is about monetizing.
Right,
the company is very big on monetizing.
Right.
So once you register a single child, it's $600, and we have tiers. But all the information is available on our page, and you could just register.
Sounds exciting. If my child wasn't in camp already, maybe I might have considered it, because I mean, performing arts, anything artsy to me, I think it kind of gives you the interest to be interested in other things and to explore and expand, and your curiosity and all these things, and the expression itself, as well, comes out in the performing arts. I love the arts, eh?
I know.
Right. So tell me a little bit more of what TPAC is doing at this present time.
So right now we have our big upcoming event is Big With Jam. Last year, TPAC championed the cause and produce Tobago Jam on behalf of the Division of Tourism, Culture, Antiquities and Transportation. And we were asked to do it again this year because if it's nice, do it twice.
Right.
So the team is working very busy behind the scene, really putting that together. But we are actually doing it with a twist in celebration of our Independence Day celebration. The team is working on doing this amalgamation celebration of our independence while using that as a platform to launch the upcoming Tobago Carnival. So it will be a nice twist of really celebrating the independence and really being all patriotic, but at the same time using this moment to launch a very major event to the island, which is the Tobago Carnival.
Sounds very interesting. You know, as I said, the arts, allowing people to express themselves, creating opportunities and avenues for people to just be creative. You know, I like it. And, you know, productions coming out of TPAC is always something we look forward to. If we have looked at any of their productions in the past, you know, you have the fields. You know, you had the goosebumps and the feels. So we know that it's going to be something that is good, something that is worthwhile, and is something that we should get involved in and partner with the TPAC as they continue to produce, make these productions, right?
Yes.
So we thank you so much. Is there anything else, any more information you want to share with us before we...
So we want the rest of Tobago and the rest of the island to stay tuned with TPAC because we have a pack season down to December. So right now, again, our main focus right now is Kreative Kalabash, which starts from the 11th to the 26th. Then we go into Tobago Jam, which is on Independence Day. So we're creating a mega event in Tobago. So people coming in Tobago Independence Night, Shore Park Complex on the outside will be the place to be. We have some big name acts to drop that's going to really excite the island, and that is going to also be used to celebrate the independence as well as launch the Tobago Carnival. Right after that, we have a major production. We are recognizing someone who is dear to the soil, Calypso Rose. We have the Calypso Rose musical that we done on the 20th of October, just before the Tobago Carnival, in celebration of all the contributions of Calypso Rose. And this is a production that was done just about a month ago in Canada, and we had members of the Tobago Performing Arts going up, the artistic director Rishon Pear, Shaquille Jones, as well as Dwayne White, and yes, they all went. The name they can't come to me.
I know.
They all went to Canada, and they participated, and it was a sold out performance. And we're going to premiering it here in Tobago for the first time, Tobago Carnival.
Well, when you said musical, you got me by musical, eh?
Yes.
Because I can't think of or I can't remember of any musical production being done on a Tobago stage. It could have happened, but I can't recall.
But we just actually came out of Once on This Island. We did Once on This Island just a couple of weeks ago at the Pigeon Point Heritage Park.
Right, and I missed that.
Yeah,
I totally missed that. And I regret it because I heard good reviews about
if you think Once on This Island was it, the Calypso Rose is top tier.
Watch now, so I can get a complimentary ticket.
No, well, tickets are good on sale because I think celebrating the life and what Calypso Rose has been able to do as an artist, as a musician.
We feel pioneer for Tobago's culture.
We feel honored to be able to do this, and we got the sign off on this project, and we are happy to start working on it, and we're excited. When we drop this, after we drop Tobago Jam, and then we drop Calypso Rose musical, then we're gonna do a magical Christmas production. A magical Christmas production.
Yes, and Christmas is all about magic.
Yes.
And now I have the goosebumps again. Because as I tell you, I really, really love the arts. And you know, when I was young, I was part of it. You know, most people in our generation especially came up in the little arts and whatever, but some of us fell away. I'm one of them that fell away. But, you know, it's something to celebrate. It really gives you that emotional connection to who we are, our culture, our people. And we have so much talent in this coming from this little island of Tobago. We have so many pioneers who have paved the way for people who are coming up. And, you know, it's just a beautiful thing that we could celebrate them and that we can showcase them and give them their roses while they're still alive. And the fact that you're doing this show for Calypso Rose, you know, a woman of the soil and stuff. I mean, it's really, really something worth looking forward to and being a part of. So I'm listening out for it, and I'm still hoping to get how it comes. But even if I don't, I will pay my way and go because I mean.
No, once TPAC we produce, it's always something at the next level. So, I mean, the Kreative Kalabash is something very different to how we have students learn and interact. Bago Jam is going to be something that's going to be very unique because of the pairing that we're doing with independence, celebrating our independence, and also as well as launching Tobago Carnival, the Calypso Rose musical. So we go after really signature projects. And then, of course, the company has never produced a Christmas production. Christmas is dear to Tobagonians and dear to us in the Caribbean. So the artistic director and the film director and the dance coordinator, the entire team, we are working on coming up with these ideas to ensure that when you come to Shore Park, you'll be blown away. So all of these things are happening at our home base at Shore Park Complex. And we just inviting the public, stay tuned and just when you're doing your Christmas presents, decide that, you know what, we're going to buy 2 tickets for mommy or 2 tickets for your brother or sister because Shore Park is where you need to be for the Christmas production.
Right, I get you. You know, I want to go back to Creative Camp a little bit.
Yes.
I mean, I know sometimes people might consider the cost attached, $600 for 2 weeks, but I want you to talk a little bit about the content that is going to be. I know you said you're going to be exposed to all the different arts, right? Tell me a little bit about the content. Is it going to be a holistic type of approach?
So it's also, so just to give you a sense of a day run. So once a child comes in at 8 in the morning or 8:30 in the morning, at 9 they will have a general assembly orientation and different things that they're going to, and then based on the age grouping, they will go into different programs, right? Whether it be dance, whether it be film. Let's talk film. So students or a child from age 11 or so will be exposed to the camera, just seeing the function of the camera, editing, all of those different things. From the dance perspective, they will go into movement, flexibility, just understanding how to combine work. From drama, just using common day knowledge and how you could kind of really develop those things to create dramatic expressions. Even about self-expression, one of the things as Tobagonians, we are always kind of really, people say that Tobagonians don't express themselves in a particular kind of way. We are also exposing individuals how they can express themselves and express themselves freely but respectfully. So they're going through all of the different things. So at the cost of sectional laws, you're going to get your package, and the team has worked very hard to ensure that it is well curated. And at the end of this, you get to see a child on the stage knowing that this person is a different person than 2 weeks ago.
Right. And I like the fact that you said, I mean, 85 children have already registered.
Yes.
So the $600 is not an issue, right? What the thing is as long as people know that they're going to get value.
Yes.
For the investment, because I don't see it as a pay, like you pay for something, it's an investment. Because I don't think after the 2 weeks, these children are just going to forget what they learned. They're not just going to forget.
I mean, just knowing my team at TPAC, those children are going to be inspired. They're going to be telling their mommy and their daddies and their aunties,
I want to come back.
This is what, so we are about breeding a next generation. If TPAC is to survive, we have to kind of really start with this generation, piquing their interest, sparking their interest. And this is what the team has put together. They put together a program, a syllabus, a curriculum that really, one, will reach them at their level. So a 6-year-old will not be doing the same thing as a 12-year-old. So we have divided the camp in areas so that they're in groupings so that they could learn at a particular level, or we could communicate with them in a particular kind of way. And at the end of the day, when these students leave there, I feel confident that they'll be changed individuals.
And I like the end game, you know, the objectives, the end game is that when they leave, they'll be confident individuals, knowing how to express themselves, piquing their curiosity and wanting more from, you know, from this type of environment. So I really, really appreciate that. Guys, we are speaking with Mr. Elvis Radgman. He is the CEO of TPAC, the Tobago Performing Arts Company. And we're talking about things that are happening in and around TPAC, programs that are upcoming. We heard about the Creative Kalabash Camp. We heard about Bago Jam. We heard about the Christmas event that is coming up at the end of the year. We also heard about the musical with our very own Calypso Rose that is coming up. So TPAC is doing a lot of things. They're pooling their resources together, all the talent and all the magic that is inside of the TPAC, and they're bringing it out for us, the local Well, not even local only, because I
No.
mean, we want people to come. We want them to come, and we want them to
Everywhere.
experience who we are and what we do and how we deliver it to our people. So if you don't have any ideas, as Mr. Radgman said, they don't have ideas for Christmas presents, you know, you could buy 2 tickets. If you're looking for something that is different, Calypso Rose. If you're still looking for a camp for your child, Kreative Kalabash. And don't forget Bago Jam. You know, so these are the few of the things that are coming out of TPAC, and Mr. Radgman is very excited, and he's building my excitement, because you guys know that I love the performing arts, and I love the fact that we are making these things accessible to the generation that is upcoming, so that we could, you know, procure our culture, we could preserve it, and we could, of course, generations that will keep coming up will have some sort of exposure. So we'll continue to preserve our culture.
Well, it's about speaking the language, and
Yes.
we have learned to listen to what the ground is saying and speaking the language. So I'm happy to be here to share this information, and I look forward to the rest of the island and the rest of the country to just follow us on social media and stay tuned, because we're going to have a pack season.
Right. Before you go, just give us your social media handles.
The social media, just TPAC at TPAC on Instagram.
Right.
On Instagram, I don't know the exact. I can't remember the exact thing. But just once you do a Facebook search or Instagram
right,
search,
you will find them. Right.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Mr. Radgman, for being here with us this morning and sharing all the information coming out of TPAC Tobago. You have heard it. TPAC is doing things. There are going to be events on the island that you can participate in. Invite your friends, phone a friend, call your friend from England, Africa, wherever they are, and tell them, listen, this is what is happening. You need to be here and be a part of it. But right now, the main thing that they're focusing on right now is the Kreative Kalabash camp. So get your kids registered if you have not yet registered. It's $600, and they'll be exposed to all the arts that the performing arts provide. Thank you, Mr. Radgman.
Thank you. And lastly, I remember the name. It was Khadija. I can't forget her. It was Khadija.
Because you know you would not have been
No, I
right?
can't forget. Dwayne and Khadija.
Right, good. So guys, we're going to go to a break, and we're going to come back with our other guests. But before we go to a break, we're going to invite you to do what? Share the live. Share the live. Share the live.